Organization and Management, Crazy IGCSE. Welcome back to Crazy IGCSE. If you're new to my channel, hi, this is Crazy IGCSE where you can study 8 IGCSE subjects which include business, economics, accounts, biology, chemistry, physics, maths, English, which is English as second language, and solved past papers. So here is IGCSE at your fingertips. Please do subscribe and like. So this is the syllabus content. We're going to see the drawing, interpreting, and understanding of simple organizational charts, the role of management, different leadership styles, and trade unions. So organization structure refers to how responsibility and authority is shared in a business organization. It is displayed in two types of charts. First is an tall organizational chart, and the other is a flat organizational chart. Now, a tall organizational chart have a long chain of command and a small span of control, and flat organizational charts have a short chain of command and a wide span of control. So here you see the chain of command is long, and it also has a small span of control. So you see there are only four subordinates, and from that it keeps on going. So that's the tall chain of command, and this is the example of a tall organizational chart. Now this is the example of a flat organizational chart. So here you see from the CEO, directly it goes to five other departments like marketing, production, human resources, information technology, and customer service. So here you see the chain of command is short and the span of control is long. So advantages of an organizational chart include it shows how everybody is linked together in a business so that uh, an employee knows whom they have to reach to. Then lines of communication are clear, motivational as employees can see where they belong and they can plan their career paths for promotion. Now, chain of command is how the power and authority is passed down from top of the organization, which is from the managers or the CEO, directly to the lower employees. Now, span of control means the number of employees who work directly under a manager. So here you see organization A and organization B. So the organization A is a tall organizational chart and organization B is a flat organizational chart. Levels of hierarchy, number of layers in an organization structure. The advantages of a short chain of command are faster communication because the communication will be quick and accurate because there will be only a few people to pass the information to. Then stronger relationship between high-level managers and employees because there are few levels between managers and employees. So the employees will be able to meet the managers. In many companies, like the big companies, the employees may not be able to meet the CEO of the company, for instance. So there will be a stronger relationship if there's a short chain of command. Then each manager is responsible for more employees, so this will encourage them and motivate them to delegate more work to the employees. Now let's look at the definition of delayering. So delayering is removing an entire row of management. So now we're going to talk about the roles of managers in a business. First is planning. So the managers are the ones who need to set the goals for the future of the organization. They are the ones who give the business a sense of direction and purpose. Like they will aim to increase sales by 10% by the next year. So they have to set and plan the goals for the upcoming year or for the business, and then it's organizing. So organizing of people and resources so that the business operates efficiently. Managers will not be able to do everything and they have to delegate the tasks to the other employees. And that's when they'll be organizing the people and the resources in the business. Coordinating is making sure all departments are working together to achieve all the overall objectives and plans of the organization. Like a manager might make sure that the marketing and operations department are working together to plan for a new product launch. Then fourth is commanding. They will guide, lead, and supervise the employees in the organization. So managers need to make sure that the employees are doing their work. Controlling this involves monitoring performance, like they will ensure if the objectives are being met or not. Now, delegation is the passing down authority and responsibility to a subordinate who might be an employee. Advantages include that there will be more time for the manager to do other tasks. So there is equal time given to the employee for completing the task and the manager. It will be more interesting and rewarding. The work for employee will will be very motivational, and that will increase the efficiency in the business. The employee will feel trusted. That will also motivate them as their self-esteem will increase. Then trains employee to do important tasks. So the employees will be more skilled because they will be able to perform more tasks. Leadership styles. So there are three leadership styles: autocratic, democratic, and laissez-faire. So autocratic is when the leader is in charge and is giving orders to the employees without taking the suggestions or without letting the employees make the decision. So here the autocratic management style is the one where manager will make the decision alone. Everything will depend upon the leader. It might demotivate employees because they are not given the opportunity to give their own opinions and ideas. It might be an advantage because the decisions will be made really quickly. Democratic is when other employees are involved in decision making. So this manager will be taking the suggestions and opinions from the employees, and here there will be better communication between the manager and the employee. The future plans will be discussed with the other employees, and this will motivate them because they're involved in making decisions. So their self-esteem will increase. Then there will be sharing of ideas within the business. However, it can delay decision making because everyone's ideas will be taken into consideration. Laissez-faire means let it be. So this means that leader sets objectives and employees make decisions and organize their own work. So here the employees will be making their own decisions, giving their own opinions, and this will be useful because there will be more creative ideas which will be shared within the business, and this will motivate the employees as they will be controlling their own working life. Then poor coordination and decision making might be a problem because all the employees may not agree to one another's opinions. Then it relies on good teamwork. Leadership styles may be dependent on various factors like type of business. So the type of business will be either creative or supply driven. Then nature of a task, which means if the task will require cooperation from the employees. Now let's look at what a trade union is. A trade union is a group of workers who have joined together to ensure that their interests are protected. And why joining a trade union is a question. So, by joining a trade union, there will be improved conditions of employment, improved work environment, improved benefits, improved job satisfaction, advice or financial support, and there will be a strength in number, which means many employees can join. The disadvantage will be that it costs money to be a member. To be a member, you might have to pay a small amount of money, and that will be a cost for the member. And also, they'll be forced to take an action, even if the person does not agree to take action, but they'll still have to take action. And like an example is strike, even if you don't agree, because the whole group will be doing it. So this is the end of our video. I hope you found this video useful. Thank you for watching Crazy Ideas CSE, and please do subscribe, share and like the video.